used to believe blood was thicker than water. Now I know something else is thicker. Resentment. My name is Ava Mitchell. I'm 29, I live in Chicago, and I built my life from nothing. And my brother. He tried to burn it down because I wouldn't hand him $20,000. Growing up with Ryan. Ryan is 3 years older than me. Growing up, he was the golden child. Football star, loud laugh, big personality. The kind of boy teachers called full of potential. I was the quiet one. Honor roll, debate team, scholarship kid. The one who didn't cause trouble. But here's the thing about golden boys. They grow up thinking the world owes them applause. And when applause stops, they start demanding money. The first loan. 3 years ago, Ryan called me crying. Av, I just need a little help, just $5,000. I'll pay you back in 2 months. I had just landed my first big tech contract. I was freelancing in UX design, working 70-hour weeks out of my tiny apartment. But he was my brother. So I sent it. 2 months passed. Then 4. Then a year. No repayment. When I asked, he'd laugh. Relax, you make bank. Why are you stressing? That was the first crack. The $20,000 demand. Last November, Ryan showed up at my condo unannounced. He looked different. Not desperate. Entitled. He sat on my white leather couch like he owned it. I've got an opportunity, he said. I stayed standing. What kind of opportunity? A crypto mining warehouse. My buddy's in. We just need startup capital. How much? 20,000. I actually laughed. Because I thought he was joking. He was. Ryan, I said carefully, you still owe me 5. That's nothing to you. It's something to me. He leaned forward. Family helps family. Family. Funny word. I said no. Calm, firm, final. The explosion. He didn't yell at first. He just stared at me like I'd betrayed him. You're really saying no? Yes. His jaw tightened. You think you're better than me now? I think I worked for what I have. That's when he stood up. And that's when I saw it. The ego. The wounded pride. He wasn't asking for money. He was demanding control. The laptop. My laptop was on the kitchen island. A brand new $3,200 MacBook Pro. It wasn't just a laptop. It was my business. Client files, contracts, active projects. My entire livelihood. Ryan walked toward it slowly. I felt it before I processed it. Ryan, I warned. He picked it up. You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't give me 20 grand. And then, he smashed it on the marble floor. The sound was sickening. Metal cracking. Glass shattering. My heart stopping. He didn't just break a device. He tried to break my independence. Silence. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just stared at the pieces scattered across my floor. Ryan looked almost proud. Maybe now you'll understand what family means. I looked up at him, and something inside me changed. Not anger. Clarity. You need to leave. He scoffed. Or what? Or you'll never step foot in my life again. He laughed on his way out. He thought I was bluffing. The damn it. The next morning, I took the laptop to a repair shop. Unrecoverable. The hard drive. Destroyed. I had cloud backups. But not everything. One client's unreleased prototype, gone. 2 weeks of design revisions, gone. I sat in my car outside the shop and finally cried. Not because of the laptop, but because my own brother saw my success as something to sabotage. Mom's reaction. When I told my mom, she sighed. Siblings fight. He destroyed my work equipment. Well, you could have helped him. There it was. The golden boy shield. Mom, he owes me money. You know how he is. Yes, I do. And that was the problem. The decision. I replaced the laptop the next day. I filed a small claims case for property damage. And I blocked Ryan's number. On everything. Phone. Instagram. Facebook. Even LinkedIn. It wasn't dramatic. It was surgical. You don't negotiate with someone who tries to destroy you. You remove access. The twist I didn't expect. 3 weeks later, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Ryan's business partner. There is no crypto warehouse, he said quietly. What? Ryan's in debt, bad debt, gambling. The air left my lungs. 20,000 wasn't an investment. It was a bailout. And I almost gave it to him. The family backlash. When Ryan realized I wasn't responding, he went nuclear. He told relatives I'd turned my back on family. He said I'd become cold and greedy. At Thanksgiving, my aunt cornered me. Money changes people. Yes, I said. It reveals them. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't defend myself. Because here's what I learned. You don't argue with people committed to misunderstanding you. What he didn't know. What Ryan didn't know. I had security footage. Crystal clear. Him smashing the laptop. Him saying, maybe now you'll understand. I wasn't planning revenge. I was planning boundaries. But sometimes boundaries feel like revenge to people who benefited from your lack of them. The court date. Small claims court was set for February. $3,200 for the laptop. Plus lost income. Ryan thought I wouldn't show. He was wrong. The day before court, he finally emailed me. Subject line. Are you seriously doing this? Yes. I was. Why I didn't back down. It wasn't about the money. It was about the message. You don't get to destroy my work because I refuse to fund your recklessness. You don't get to intimidate me into submission. And you don't get access to me simply because we share DNA. Blood isn't a free pass. Respect is earned. Part 1 ends with this. Ryan thought breaking my laptop would scare me. He didn't realize. It freed me. The morning of court, I wore navy. Not black. Not red. Navy. Professional, controlled, unshaken. Ryan showed up in jeans. Late. Smirking. He really thought this was a joke. The courtroom. Small claims court isn't dramatic like TV. No screaming lawyers. No gasps from the crowd. Just fluorescent lights and tired people fighting over broken trust. When the judge called our names, Ryan leaned toward me. You're really doing this over a laptop? I didn't look at him. No, I'm doing this over boundaries. The judge, a woman in her late 50s with sharp glasses and sharper eyes, asked me to explain. I kept it simple. He demanded $20,000. I refused. He destroyed my $3,200 work laptop. I had video evidence. Ryan rolled his eyes. It was an accident. The judge looked at him. You accidentally picked it up and slammed it. Silence. I handed over the flash drive. The courtroom watched. There it was. Crystal clear. His voice. His anger. The smash. And the line. Maybe now you'll understand what family means. The judge paused the video. Then looked at him. Do you have anything you'd like to clarify? Ryan swallowed. For the first time since childhood. He didn't have charm to hide behind. The judgment. The ruling came fast. Full reimbursement for the laptop. Additional compensation for lost business income. Court fees. Total, $5,870. Ryan's face drained of color. That's ridiculous. The judge didn't blink. What's ridiculous is believing you're entitled to someone else's property. I didn't smile. But inside, something settled. Justice isn't loud. It's quiet and precise. The aftermath. Ryan didn't pay right away. Of course he didn't. So I filed wage garnishment paperwork. That's when the real family war started. My mom called crying. You're humiliating him. He humiliated himself. He's struggling. So am I just don't make it everyone else's problem. For the first time in my life, I didn't explain myself. I didn't soften my tone. I didn't apologize for protecting my own life. I simply said, if holding him accountable feels like betrayal, then maybe the problem was never me. And I hung up. The truth about the $20K. 2 weeks later, I learned the full story. Ryan owed over $38,000 in gambling debt. Not crypto. Not business. Sports betting. Online poker. High-interest personal loans. The $20K wasn't for opportunity. It was for survival. And if I had given it to him, he would have burned through that too. Enabling someone isn't love. It's slow destruction. The unexpected twist. 3 months later, I received a certified letter. From Ryan. Inside was a check. Paid in full. Along with a single sentence. I hope you're happy. I stared at it for a long time. Then I laughed softly. I wasn't happy. I was free. There's a difference. The family split. Half the family stopped inviting me to events. I became the cold one. The corporate one. The selfish sister. Funny how boundaries look like cruelty to people who benefited from your silence. But something else happened too. My cousin Emma called me one night. I wish I had your courage, she said. What do you mean? He owes me money too. Of course he did. The golden boy didn't just borrow from me. He borrowed from everyone. I wasn't cruel. I was just the first one to say no. Ryan's collapse. Without easy money, Ryan's lifestyle cracked. The gambling caught up. His car got repossessed. His apartment lease wasn't renewed. For the first time, he had consequences that couldn't be smoothed over by Mom's excuses. He tried calling me from a new number. I didn't answer. He emailed once. You've made your point. No. He had made mine. 1 year later. A year after the laptop incident, my life looked different. Bigger condo. 2 contracted employees working under me. My own design studio, registered under my name. Mitchell Creative Group. The irony wasn't lost on me. The name that once tied me to him now built my empire. One evening, as I closed my new MacBook, stronger, better, upgraded, I realized something powerful. If he hadn't smashed that laptop, I might still be tolerating him, still loaning money, still shrinking to keep peace. Sometimes destruction is the push you need. The final confrontation. It happened unexpectedly. Grocery store. Frozen food aisle. Ryan looked thinner. Older. Quieter. He saw me first. For a moment, we just stared. Then he walked over. I'm not here to ask for anything. I nodded but stayed silent. I was angry, he said. I know. I thought you were better than me. I don't think I'm better, I said calmly. I think I'm responsible. That hit him harder than any insult could have. He looked down. I'm in therapy. I didn't react. I have a job now, warehouse supervisor. That's good. There was an awkward pause. I miss my sister, he said. And there it was. Not entitlement. Not ego. Just vulnerability. For the first time. The choice. People think revenge means destruction. Sometimes revenge is simply growth. Sometimes it's refusing to shrink back into who you were. I looked at him carefully. I love you, I said honestly. But I don't trust you. He nodded slowly. I know. And until trust is rebuilt, distance stays. No anger. No drama. Just truth. He didn't argue. He didn't demand. He just said, okay, and walked away. The ending. Here, what I learned. When I said no to $20K, he tried to punish me. When he destroyed my laptop, he thought he destroyed my power. But what he really destroyed was my fear of losing him. And once you're no longer afraid to lose someone, you become unstoppable. We don't speak often now. Maybe one day we will. Maybe we won't. But I sleep peacefully. My business thrives. My boundaries stand. And if anyone ever confuses access with entitlement again, they'll learn the same lesson Ryan did. Family isn't about control. It's about respect. And the day I said no was the day I finally respected myself. The end.